the Pastime Picks Podcast. I am Keith, Vintage Sport Flips.
I'm Andy, the King of Pennants.
And we have a special guest tonight, a fellow
Really
Michiganer, the
really
Rad Picker
excited.
down below. Yeah.
What's up?
So we have Scott, the Rad Picker. Definitely check out his channel. Check him out on District, selling on Dibdet and First Class Treasures and a bunch of spots, right, Scott?
Yes.
Yeah, and his shows are entertaining, Andy. I showed you his shows, man. I'm like cracking up while you're
I know, you were
having
telling
like
me. And I
action
jumped in.
figures talking to each other. And it's entertaining.
That's the ones that I think do the best are the ones that are entertaining, right? You can't, you don't want to just sell.
Yeah, I don't know any other way. I really don't.
Yeah, that's the way to be, for sure.
I can't pretend.
Hey, BD.
Yeah. So, Andy's been waiting for this draft because we've had a bunch of Philly drafts, and it's hard to find another Detroit person in our like circle of people. I mean, there's not a whole lot of them. But then we found the Rad Picker, a fellow Detroit fan, so I had to reach out and say, hey, man, we need to do a Detroit draft for Andy. Andy
finally, we have some quality. No, we've always had quality guests.
Quality. But... I mean, nobody's going to step up to a Detroiter and talk smack.
Exactly.
I do it every week in the podcast. We're a couple hours away. So, but yeah, so it's going to be a fun one. We're drafting our all-time Detroit athletes. I mean, I think I said it correctly, right, Eddie?
Yeah. But, I think in the past, like the Eagles stuff, we've done, you can do players, obviously, on any team and anything like that, but you can also probably dabble in, people from the city and stuff. I know I took Jason Kelsey from you when we did the Ohio draft, right?
That's bullshit. That's crap.
He did not like that. Yeah, that's one of my favorite picks. But yeah, anybody, I would say anybody from, but we're not too rules oriented here, so you can do anybody on a team. You can do anybody from there or whatever you want, really.
Like mayors and everything.
Yeah,
Coleman Young.
If they're an athlete,
Young in there?
You can do Dave Bing. He was a former mayor.
That's a good poll. I didn't write that down on my secret list. I got
maybe Eminem played some street balls.
Come on, Esham. I mean, I can do whatever. Bob Seger.
Yeah.
There you go. I know. We should do a Detroit music, man. That's some great.
All right, next time we have the Rad Picker on, we'll
Keith loves the Temptations, right?
I do.
Motown, baby.
Yeah.
I forget how I forget what I did with that one, but I messed up. I called them the Four Tops or something. And,
no.
What did he say? There were four women on the thing, and he's like, "Oh, there's a Four Tops or something like that." I was like, "So sad." But
don't embarrass me again, Andy. I brought it up though.
And did Motown move to Philly? I mean, come on.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. That's
true. But let's see the chat here. So we got Shane, Soda City Flips, one of the members of the channel. Thank you, Shane, is here. Hawkeye Mike is in the house. We got I saw Beatty. Beatty's there. Good evening, Beatty. Dan and Demand. I was just doing a co-stream with Dan on Dibdet Cards. Fun show. Dan said that the Giants were going to be the NFC champs, and I laughed for like 30 seconds straight. I must say. Thanks for cracking me up, Dan.
I just turned this on, by the way. I had it on private chat. I'm like, man, I can't see anybody.
Oh, sorry. I should have told you that. Yeah.
I may hit a button and blow this whole thing up. So.
I think you're safe.
Real life in the house?
Oh, Real Life's here? Yeah. Down below. I see him. How's it going, Sean? On that note, before I forget, we're going to have a Hops and Hits live special next Thursday night with Soda City Rips, Real Life Perspective Show, me and Andy. A fun live beer tasting card ripping channel or special live night. And let's circle back to last week, Andy, because I think a right was wronged from last week.
Was wronged. That's not.
It's a pretty. Let me get this.
It was a decisive victory this time.
Pretty decisive victory. Yeah, we drafted the best Vince Vaughn movies, and this has been 63 to 38. I think that's
so. It's a little fishy. This doesn't add up.
I don't know. It's YouTube.
Does
that matter?
Like that?
Huh?
Have you ever seen Clay Pigeons?
No.
No, but that was I saw that on the list. People love that.
Look it up.
Check it out. I'll check it out. But I did. Andy had won 6 in a row. Now I'm dominating this overall draft.
You're not really dominating anymore. I don't think that's
32, 28. Well, since I won, I'm 32, 28, and 6. Now Andy's 28, 32, and 6. So it's not dominant. You're right. You did catch up a lot after winning 6 in a row. But let me play this. This is sort of tells the story of what's been going on lately.
King King of Pennants back to his losing way. King of losses, shall we say. He got lucky for several a week, but his drafting skills really weak. King of losses is here to stay. Pathetic drafter, they say. Pathetic draft of all day. King of losses. King of losses.
That's enough.
I was listening to that all day at work.
That's
all
good,
day.
man. That's
We
really good.
I kicked it off last week because I was winning the entire week. I think it was very close, but I think and I knew it would come back to get me. I was tapping into AI way too much. Just
Yeah, I mean the king of losses line at the end really I feel it in my soul.
You still got mine on there? Maybe you should.
No, I deleted it for space.
That's right. That's convenient.
Yeah, it was convenient. Well, it was. You said 6 in a row. You're not going to. This wasn't timely. You couldn't use it again.
Yeah, sure.
So,
but all right. Well, let's.
Great. Like drawing yourself in there. I see that.
Yeah. That's. I got my body type down in those images too, right? Like, right, Andy.
Yeah.
Mark Hoyle's here.
Hey, Mark.
Mark might not have seen that video. Should we play that again for him?
No, I think we're good. We should move on.
We'll play out with it.
Sure.
All right. So here's the spinning wheel. Let's see who picks first overall here. It's gonna be a snake draft, so we will go, 1, 2, 3, then
3, 2, 1.
Yep, there we go. So let's get that a spinning.
So I don't know. What do you go by? Do you go by Rad? What would you prefer to?
Rad, my real nickname's Gilly Time. Be honest with you.
Gilly. All right.
Gilly,
Nice.
my last name's Gillis, like Dobie Gillis.
Okay.
No,
Like Shane Gillis, we said on live, right?
yeah, he's all right.
Andy, you're first, Andy.
Yeah. So well, you can spin it up.
Dan missed it. Dan missed it.
Well, we can try it again another time, Keith. We don't need to.
Dan, I feel bad for Dan.
I know.
Dan's a good guy.
You can send it to him.
Let me spin.
But yeah, I don't know what's more advantageous. Go first or first is good. I think first is a quality pick.
Oh,
all right.
Man, that's really easy.
Number 2, yeah, you're gonna have.
You don't have the back-to-back picks, which is nice too.
Yeah. All right. Well, being a Lions fan, most of all, I would say beyond anything, you got to go with the legendary. I think the best running back in NFL history, Barry Sanders. Right? I mean, you cannot. I mean, he only played, I think, for 10 years, 15,000 yards. I think he's now maybe 2 or 3. I can't remember if he's 3 or. He was 2 at a point. Basically destroyed Emmitt Smith his entire career, but Emmitt Smith just won by basically outlasting him. But most electric, also very classy guy. Like never spiked the ball. He would just give the ball to the ref. Still is very much a part of the community and very much part of the Lions now. They really brought him back into the pride. You like that, right, Keith?
Yeah, it's good.
So yeah, I mean, he's just a legendary guy. Very, soft-spoken, but I think one of the best athletes ever. So there you go. Barry Sanders, number 1.
He was in my top 4. I'll say that.
Top 4. If he runs behind that line in Dallas,
yeah,
and if he doesn't take himself out of games,
yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't need to pump up your pick.
That's true. Yeah,
no, I appreciate it. I'm sure I'll be pumping up yours too. So,
Rob picking punchings in the house.
Man, that best athlete, I think top 5 all time at any sport.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think about he's not the only athlete. Maybe there'll be someone else on the list that who didn't have a long career playing in Detroit, and obviously you don't have a great quarterback there when he played. Their line wasn't great.
Mitchell? What are you talking about? Eric
the lefty Scott Mitchell.
Eric Kramer, I think.
He had one great year.
Kramer. It wasn't Eric Hipple. It was Kramer.
Yeah. But, if they were like a team like the Eagles now, or like the Lions, I'll say the Eagles now, and they were had a chance to win, and they won once and they want to keep winning. I wonder if those guys, I know Calvin Johnson had injuries and stuff, but you would think maybe they would have kept going and maybe broke the all-time rushing record.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was tough. I think look, I'm 48 and I've never seen the Lions good until now. I mean, even what was that, 91, 89, 90, 91. I mean, you could say good, but we were just a playoff team, jump in there. But it's so for him to go through that, that's tough. I mean, that's just He's sick of getting beat up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a weird because they were just so inept, and then they had this one player that essentially completely transformed. I mean, they had some decent players then too. I mean,
more, but like you said, never had a quarterback. Our defense, you know, we had Spielman. Now, shout out to Spielman,
and Porsche, and a couple other guys. But
Blades. But I mean, it was like 5 people. But Barry Sanders, I remember going to a game, sitting behind the Lions bench, and it was against Tampa Bay, and they get in a scrum, and you think it's just over, and here comes Barry just out. You just video game.
I mean, he has to have had. I think he has the most incredible run in NFL history when the Dallas run, right, where he gets stopped, like flips over, and the guy's just sitting there, like standing there, like he thinks the play is over, and he just darts down the end zone. I mean, he arguably probably has, I don't know, half of the best top 10 runs in NFL history.
It's like watching Jason Williams highlights. You go back, Pistol Pete, anyone that's so spectacular, you can't believe it, and people forget. You know, time makes you forget. But
and a lot of the other big runs would be like different style runners, like Marshawn Lynch, or you got Saquon, who might be up on that list with the backward hurdle. I mean, that's up there too.
That's true.
He really did.
And he's a different player too, obviously. From what, I mean, it's maybe going back to that type of shifty back now a little bit more. It used to be, for a while it was a lot of power back stuff like Okoye and Bettis and all that stuff. But and certainly there's a mix of both. But and they don't also. There's no real. There's few. Maybe there's a few more still around, but like there's no like real bell cows that like run the rock for 30 anymore.
And people don't even draft them anymore because you can get somebody that comes out and surprises you from West Virginia or wherever.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll argue, Christian Okoye, but Bo Jackson was pretty dominant in Texas too. Yeah. Also,
I agree with Pig and Punching here too. Have you ever seen the documentary on Marcus Dupree?
30 for 30
Did you see who said that? I wasn't even reading that. Yes, Marcus Dupree's unreal.
So good. It's so good too. It's kind of sad, but it's good. Like I guess he was out from like a hip, right? I think it's like he
broke his leg. He even called it. And then after that, it was like someone gets knocked out. Once that happened, it was over. It was like I'm not going to call the guy scared. But it was almost like a fighter when they get knocked out, like Tyson. It's never the same.
Saps our strength.
So Barry, I think clear number 1, but certainly a lot more to go through too. So
all right, you're up, Scott.
I'm
Brad.
up.
Sorry, Brad.
Ooh, man, I have to go Ty Cobb. I mean, the list.
I love it.
And that's my goal. You talk about cards. Like I said, I won't go into too many long stories. You'll get me talking. But I grew up collecting cards. Didn't have any. Folks got divorced and didn't have any. And then I got back into it and I had tons. But my goal, I don't care about anything else. I want a Ty Cobb. That's my bucket list. Collector's item.
Awesome.
But
that's a great pick. I wanted Ty Cobb as my pick here. That's,
I figured,
and in fact, he played in Philly too. He sort of blends the two together here. And my dad is a super cool ball that signed at the 28 World Series or 28, I guess AL pennant game against the Yankees, where it's signed by Cobb, Trish Speaker.
Wow.
But iconic player. I mean, 387, I think lifetime average, which is just insane. And the best player in baseball up until Ruth. And he was still the first player selected into the Hall of Fame. So definitely, and he's a gritty player. We'll call him that, gritty.
By all accounts, a total jerk. Him and Bill Lambier, but I love him.
Yeah. If he's in your, if he's from your team or your city, then it makes him all the better, honestly. So
all right, that's a strong pick. Strong pick there.
Too easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Joe Louis. Joe Louis. I mean, obviously not a Detroit team, but probably the greatest person to be born in Detroit of all time. I mean, it was a champion for 14 years. I think it still holds the record, I believe, for or defended titles. Is that what they call that? Or
title defenses?
Title defenses. Yeah. I think it still holds a record, and that was in the 30s, and that was when that was the premier sport. Baseball and boxing were above all else in that time period when he was boxing.
Hey, Harry.
Harry's in the house. Harry, I think you bought the same Flyers jersey at the at your flea market yard sale on this past weekend. So it's the Winter Classic.
And if there's any indication, I mean, he's got the fist in Detroit. It's always sound. I was telling people at work today about the
iconic statue.
And that
Near Hart Plaza.
Yeah. It was a little awkward in that conversation. I was like, he's got a giant fist, and I was like, I
didn't catch that part at first.
Yeah.
But no, that's great. Yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely a legendary Detroiter.
Yeah, no reaches here. That's a pretty, clear top three. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to our first segment here. Find that. Should I want to play that song again for Dan, Andy?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that.
Okay.
Sale of the week.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. So in this segment, we show each other our sales of the week. We guess the selling prices. We want to get within 10% of the price to win. We want the chat to guess along with us. We have 3 items, and then the 4th item overall, my second item, is going to be for the giveaway for the 2 vintage packs. And also you're entered into the horse race, which we'll go into more details later on in the show.
Right.
So, all right, let me get to my first one. I don't want to rub in having a couple Lions fans in the house with a championship item like this, but I'm going to do it. It's a 1960 NFL championship game program.
Wow.
Eagles, Packers. This was coming off the heels of recent victories for the Lions, right?
Yeah, they were pretty dominant in the 50s, but yes.
Yeah. 57.
Go for it. Just go for it.
Yeah. So this program was missing a page. It was missing a page inside like the score page. So it's not perfect, but nice on the outside. Nice looking program.
50 cents. I feel like that's a pretty pricey program, right? I mean, I don't know what that's like today, but I feel like that's pretty expensive.
I don't know. I don't think it is.
What year was that again? I can't see.
1960. 60.
Oh, 60.
Yep. Eagles, Packers. It actually played in Franklin Field, so it was a home game really for the Eagles.
Okay.
Played on like a Monday. A weird day to play the Monday midday, I think.
Yeah, it's funny. Sport like the professional sports really weren't the thing back. I mean, now it's like the optimal time of sporting events or like flex games and all that other stuff. Yeah. It's like they're just trying to squeeze as much money as they can out of.
And the worst part back then, this was during like the TV blackout rules. Not like if it wasn't sold out, it would be blacked out. I think that's still a rule, even though it barely ever happens. But in this time, they would not play the game on TV in the city where it was played. So this game was not televised in Philadelphia.
Interesting.
And my dad was like 13. He would listen on the radio. So there you have it. Hawkeye Mike's in at $59.99. Soda City Flips is $169.99. Harry Humstone at $239.98. Dan's in at $249.99. Yeah, Franklin Field, Harry. You're correct.
That was we used to do the Jesse Owens games. Used to go. Did you ever compete in that? I forget.
Pen relays.
Yeah, it was the Jesse Owens games and the pen relays.
That hurts.
You see that, Andy? Picking and punching coming in.
That's rude.
It's all right. It's all right. We'll have our day.
Yeah.
Mark Hoyle, 425.
Yeah.
Can we talk about basketball or baseball or something?
Right. Well, I'm trying to. Yeah. What was
hockey?
The last?
Hockey probably.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't. I mean, hockey. Come on. You'll have to take that jersey off. We'll have to pull it off over your head.
Yeah. Get my
I'm about to get this Probert jersey out. You always fire me up a little bit.
Once you do that, it's like game over, I think. Yeah. So we can all gas now too. But I think Harry and Dan are in that range. I think it is in that from what I've seen on the program selling. Maybe this one's a little bit more because it is a world championship game. So maybe bump up to a Mark Hoyle number, but without the page, I think maybe it comes down a little bit. So I'm going to go in between Mark and them. I'm going to go with $349.99. Keith doesn't like this. I did some thinking on this one. And feel free to guess too, Scott, if you want to.
Yeah, 79.87.
Okay.
79.87. All right.
I've got no explanation. That's what it is.
You just saw it. I see it. Came to your head.
This video will tell you how Andy did. Andy, I'm going to play this just because it's relevant.
King of Pennants back to his losing way. King of losses, shall we say. He got lucky for several a week, but his drafting skills really weak. King of losses is here to stay. Pathetic drafter, they say. Pathetic drafter all day. King of losses. King of
All right. Until last time, I promise. But that was just for the people who came in late.
Sure. Oh, wow. Okay.
159. Yeah, the missing page hurts it.
That's crazy. All right. So does close on that one.
Yeah, Soda. Yeah, that was not for the giveaway. It would have been a horse winner there, Shane, but that was very close on that one.
All right. So mine, kind of a timely number. So this is going to be it's going to be Pennants, of course, but it's going to be a group of them. So it's not just one. So we're going to go. So in total, 7 Pennants sold. So I want you to guess the number, the price on all of them combined. So we do have the Follow Me infantry. This is the only one that was not Final Four related. So one person bought all these Pennants.
I mean, they're so small. If you can tell us a little bit of what they actually are.
Can you see those? Is that better?
Yeah, I see Final Four.
Yeah, 1999 Final Four, 2007 Final Four, 97, 2008.
What was the top thing? Follow Me? What was that about?
Follow Me, I'm infantry? I don't know. That was just a random pennant that he wanted as well.
He said, follow me, I'm impotent for a second.
No. And then here are the rest of the pennants. You got more Final Four. You got 2008. They did have, was that one that had Michigan? There was one with Michigan in it.
Hail.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, I don't see that one. So
1989. No, that's probably Cassie Russell, that old one.
Yeah, I don't know what. Okay, so
how many total? 8?
7 total pennants.
Okay.
So you got to get your calculator out.
Yeah, I'm going to do that right now. Let me get my calculator.
These math skills are not great.
Well, I like to throw in a 99, and you can't calculate a 99.
That's true. I will say I did cut a deal on shipping, but that's included. Not included.
Did you cut a deal up front, or you just refund them out of the goodness of your heart?
I just refunded them.
Oh, wow. All right, let's see.
Should not have given Keith math to do. He just it's not his strong suit.
All right.
What are you gonna go with?
I'm gonna go with 129.43. I'm going lower than most. I think
129.43. That's awkwardly. I thought you were gonna get a 99. You're not doing that.
I did. Well, I did all 99s, and then.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So Sean was in it. That was the old best. Hawkeye Mike in at 189.99. Soda City 227.40. He likes the 43 number as well. You get Dan and the Man 149.99. You're 7, Sean. 7 pennants.
Harry's all over
it. He's got it.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to learn how you did?
It's 210.99.
Okay.
Andy, I think I've taught Harry well. Now when I watch Harry's videos, Harry was all about antiques. Now when he goes to these yard sales, he's like, do you have any sports memorabilia? First question.
Oh,
like it.
Like it.
Mark closing at 199.
All right, Keith, here's your answer.
Hey, clown. Can you guess my wife's weight?
Sure, $1. Okay, she's about, I'd say, one fat bitch.
That's not right.
Call me the clown.
Yeah.
I love it.
So who was it? I think
Hawkeye Mike is on it.
Hawkeye Mike was right on it. So yeah. 182.93. So that's he paid 42 in shipping, and then I refunded him that, but that is not included. So.
What is that plus that? Take away the refund. What's that add up to? What was it originally?
So without the refund, I guess. Well, that's just a shipping refund, but so it's $6 per pennant. So it's another 40. What's that?
These are just semantics.
Yeah.
Just say the number.
I don't even know what that.
Eddie, but why did you? The shipping was $42, and you refunded them $39.49. So you made $2.51 on shipping.
That's not right. I refunded them $6. I don't know what happened, but yeah.
Okay, I think you messed up.
Anyway, It's fine. I don't care. if I made fine. I lost $4. I could have sold them to you for, or you would have bought them for $120. So that's fine.
It's true. No, I would have done that sale. Those.
Well, he bought them at all. He bought them outright, every single one, and then I just refunded them $6.
Yeah.
Per.
Those pennants are not super high dollar pennants, but you sold them at the right time of year, right?
Yeah.
Topical.
And he's asking for more too, so he likes pre-2000 Final Four.
I think I might have some. I'll check.
Anyway,
all right. Let me pull up Scott's here. The Rad Pickers sale of the week. Make sure I can find it. Here we have it. So we have a Cascade lacrosse helmet. So is this vintage or is this like a pretty modern helmet?
This is modern. This was probably 20 minutes from Death Pile Picker Mike's house in Florida on vacation at a thrift store. And it's modern. It's a modern. When I picked them up, I picked up two for real cheap. I thought they were catcher's helmets, so I got them out to the truck. I threw them in the cart, and that's obviously a copied listing.
That's
because I can't even comprehend what that's saying.
Yeah. That's always the challenge with this kind of stuff. Like, how do you even, what do you even describe it as, right? You gotta find a listing.
I said lacrosse 3 times just to make sure.
Yeah. With a space, with no space.
Lax. Yeah. Well, I'm in lacrosse country. I guess you sort of are too, Keith, a little bit.
Yeah, lacrosse is super popular in this.
Maryland is huge in lacrosse, but I don't think these are cheap. if I'm not mistaken.
I've sold a lot of lacrosse helmets, but like 20s, 30s helmets, and actually they use football helmets, but they just have like a special mask on them. So, or some are different.
I don't know. I know there's, I don't know this brand. I know, like, obviously there's a couple, like, what is it? Not Bike, but there's a couple other ones that are big names and stuff out there. But I don't know. Maybe this is super high end. I'm kind of in that range too. I'm gonna go. I would say $129.99 is my guess. What do you think, Keith?
It is probably used, right, Brad?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go $74.99.
Right.
$74.99.
We got a lot of. I'm a little high. I'm not. On the
You're high. I think everyone's in a similar ballpark, though. Maybe we're all wrong. We shall see. But Brad, I don't have your sale price. If you can just tell us the price when you're ready.
Yeah. Are you ready?
We're ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
40. I think it's 47 and change. 47 and change.
Danny the man.
That CPX, if it's an S, is up where these guys 100, 120. Because I bought that for $3.99 and one like it, hold them both, and I got them all. I'm like, these are like $200 because whatever it stands for, they look the same to me.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's the cheapest of the 3 styles, I guess.
Oh wow, that's still nice for three and a 47. It's too shabby.
$4. I sold them both in like 10 days.
10 times win there.
Yeah,
more than that.
Yeah, Danny the man.
I'm going to say it out in public. Florida is a cheat code. It's not fair. Not fair. Yeah. There was no yard sales. I went to 3 thrift stores and I've sold everything since I've been back for less than 2 weeks.
Wow,
that's awesome. Yeah, I was in Florida last year, but I didn't. I had all the yard sales mapped out, but I didn't go to any of them. I should have.
Yeah. All right. You go on vacation, and is that you were down there on vacation, right?
Yeah. I was with the wife, and my son was performing at Disney with his band. So I was.
You were like, I gotta go for a second.
I would have to sneak out of the hotel, leave my wife by herself, and just go to yard sales. Instead, I sat in the room and got in whatnot breaks for like 3 hours while she was sleeping.
Oh, Bagel Man's in the house.
Bagel Man, how's it going, Bagel Man?
Now, Bagel Man is somebody I work with. So,
I like the term. I like him using finna. I use that at work a little bit. I feel cool when I say finna.
You got that swag?
Yeah. I got all the young lingo because I'm your age. Well, I'm a year older now, unfortunately, but we're all the same age pretty much.
We're both 48, and you're 49, right? So
yeah, but I work with a lot of 20-year-olds, so I get all the cool young lingo.
Are you 94 grads?
Yep.
Yeah. 94 rules.
Nice. That's cool.
O'Doyle.
All right,
drip.
What do you got for the
before we do that, Andy, let's get to it talking about the horse race. So this next item is going to be for the giveaway. where the winner in the chat who gets closest to the price gets 2 vintage card packs. You can choose sport or non-sport. I'll ship them to you on me. But you also get entered into the 12-week sweepstakes horse race for a $50 gift card to one of our eBay stores, or me and Andy's eBay store. Should clarify that. I'm not asking Brad to give away anything out of his store. And we'll take you through now that process and who's in the lead and whatnot. So we're gonna
There you go.
get this going.
All right, so we have a 2-horse race right now. In first place, we have Mark Hoyle riding Thunderbolt. He's got 2 wins so far. Oh, my volume went down.
I turned it down.
Okay. And second place, we have riding 51, Real Life Perspective Show. Also 2 wins.
That was an unexpected leader in the pack here, I will say.
The name 51 comes because that's the odds that we gave him to win, and he is shoving it in our face right now.
Yeah.
And in third place with a win, just 1 win, but still definitely in the mix, Dan and the Man riding Paddlefoot, which is the most awkward and creepy looking racer there is. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So there you have it.
That would sell on First Class Treasures for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so there you have it. So yeah, those are the 3 contenders right now, but everyone's in it. So we're only
we got plenty
week
of time.
5 of 7 weeks to go, including this one.
Absolutely.
So let me pull that off, and
Dan loves Paddlefoot, that's for sure.
Yeah. And just so you know, if you buy a package from me on District or your giveaway, I usually put your horse image on the box. See, Dan's postman's probably, why is there a giant foot on this box? Does this guy have a foot fetish? All right, so here's my for the giveaway. Going back to the birds. Back to the birds tonight.
Oh boy.
Get it.
Well, you're in my world now though, right?
Yeah, 1963, the Philadelphia Eagles photo pennant.
Is that when Mark Wahlberg played?
Invincible. That would be late 70s, early 80s. Invincible. Yeah, close.
I like that.
But yeah, so this wasn't. I didn't just choose Eagle stuff purposely. These were the highest sales of. So it wasn't.
Okay.
If I had a Lions piece, I'd be happily shown that too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, we tend to do. We're a little more,
we don't sell our stuff.
Yeah, right. That's right. We're keepers. We're collectors.
This is Eddie knows is a duplicate. All of this is duplicates.
Yeah, we are collectors. Yeah, I'll have to show you some of my collection, besides some of the stuff in the back there. But hey, I've gotten like horribly engaged in cards now, and it's like picking up every Detroit player I ever wanted. So
speaking of collections, and this will not come to fruition. I'll talk about it more on the Reseller Island podcast tomorrow, but I sold an item to a celebrity this week. Not last week, that I ended up, I actually sent him pictures of my collection, invite him to the house. I'm sure it will go it was Jason Kelsey. Kelsey. He lives the town over. So I'm hoping he pops over. Come on, Jason.
He's really hoping just to become best friends with him. He's gonna kick me off the podcast.
Eddie, you don't remember him, but a buddy of mine, my fraternity brother in college, he's actually good friends with Kelsey.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
Yeah, so they're tight. So he could put in a good word for me too.
There you go.
There we go. We had Hawkeye Mike in at $159.99. We have Soda City Flips at $248.97. Struggling to talk tonight.
Tonight?
Generally. So, yeah, I think we have a lot of them deep in thought. I know Dan's on it recently, so he's hoping to.
He's trying to get in that.
He's been all over it.
Yeah, Dan's been on fire.
Yeah, I think this one. I mean, I know these photo pennants do pretty well, and I know that. I think oftentimes, did you add this photo in, or is this the photo that came with it?
Oh no, it came with it. I've never added a photo. Okay, I do have a couple pennants that don't have a photo with it.
That's what I mean. Like,
but it's hard to find the photos.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure if you just had taken a photo from that time frame or something.
No, these
specific to the pennant.
Yeah. Yep.
Gotcha.
Don't feed him. You're talking about Jason Kelsey, I guess. I'm not sure.
All right, Mark's coming. Everybody's pretty tight by this one.
174.98 for Harry.
Yeah,
Mark's in at 278.99.
I like it. Yeah, I think it's a. I mean, I know these things sell well. I know it depends a little bit on the team, obviously. I mean, Lions probably will be through the roof these days. I know Yankees stuff is, I think, insane, right? If I'm not mistaken. Is that?
I mean, I sold.
Maybe there's so much of that stuff out there.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily. I would say the teams that sell the best are going to be the Eagles, of course.
Of course.
Cowboys always good. Yeah, Steelers, Packers for sure. Raiders is always a good one. Chiefs stuff doesn't last very long. Lions never notoriously would be one of the worst teams to sell, but it's definitely been a lot better, and I will say that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Bagel Man coming in 252.
So much better.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, that's why we made the sweatshirt Detroit versus everybody, right?
That's right.
Do they?
I don't know if you saw that. You see my Sonic and Knuckles Detroit?
I love it. I love it. I got to turn this other light on. It keeps getting darker in here, and I keep trying to escape it.
Yeah.
Scott, you want to take a stab at this one?
Yeah,
too?
I think Dan, you're way off on this one, buddy. It is, and I don't want to copy someone else. I thought I saw something close, but this I'm going to go 174 is where I think it is, but I'm going to jump and say 189.79.
Okay, I like it.
Like the number?
Bagel Man, yeah, potentially. You know, some of these vintage stuff do contain some, lead sometimes, right? Some you never know.
Yeah, definitely. Well, some early baseball gloves have asbestos. This has no asbestos. This is felt.
Okay.
But that's awesome, Mark. You get the original press photo they used for a Yaz photo pennant.
Wow.
Mark, I had the original photo they used for that 1950 Phillies premium panoramic photo. That was one of the favorite pieces I've sold. Buffalo too. Yeah, Buffalo's a good seller. That's true, Harry.
All right. You want me to guess now, or you think we're good?
Go for it. Go for it.
So I think.
Let me put it this way, but let me interrupt you 1 second. I don't think your guess is going to help or hurt the chat if they haven't guessed yet. I'll say it that way.
You shut your mouth. But yes, that's accurate. Okay, I'm going to say I think it's again in between Harry and Scott. Scott, you said 179.80.
189.79.
189.79. Let me write this down just to make sure.
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. I'm going to go 204.99 is my guess. Real life coming in at 275.
189.79. Okay, so 275 from real life. What did you say, Andy?
204.99. 205. Oh, he's got to do some math.
Is that what you said? 204? Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, I said it now, so.
Okay. All right. Give me a second.
He's got to do some math. We all love it. It takes forever. Keep those math. That's a win. That's a win, baby. Oh, right on it. I knew it was right around there. I just had a feeling.
And I think our guest is the winner, right? I mean, let me see. Let's see.
189, yeah.
Let me double check. Let's double check. I mean, he's above Harry. Is there anyone above the 200 number? Mike is in 159. It was pretty close.
Bagel match. Yeah. I think he's a winner.
Yeah. There we go.
Thank you, real life. But we have a win.
That's our first live guest winner of the giveaways.
Now that's impressive.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you nailed it, man. Yeah,
it's the first time. We'll put your picture on the wall, like you ate like 5 pounds worth of nachos, type of thing. Like
it's no big deal. Lay the chicken wings down.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as a winner
awesome.
of this,
I'm pumped up. I cannot wait to trade this for a Detroit Lions anything.
Okay. Well, you get the special gift is you get to name the horse. So
hey.
So I mean, I'm not sure where you're going to go with this, but I have a good idea. What do you think?
I'm kind of a copy guy. I just name the horse, huh?
Well,
I gotta name the horse Blue. It's got to be Blue.
Go Blue. There you go.
Blue. What am I doing here?
There you go.
Blue.
Like
the horse named Blue.
You're my boy Blue, or just Blue?
Go
Blue.
Blue.
Okay. All right.
There we go.
All right. There you go. You got it. All right. So that's a first. So yeah. Well, and you prefer sport packs or non-sport packs, Rad? Probably sport.
I know nothing about the non-sport stuff, so you gotta sport pack me. Even though I'm probably making a mistake because, I'm learning about I'm selling these, cards, and they're like, "Oh wow, great get," and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know what it is."
Yeah, no. Same when I'm open Pokemon. We made idiots of ourselves opening Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
I'm giving away deals. It's marketing. It's just marketing.
There you go.
Here's
Yeah, you gotta.
It's Shane had a suggestion in the chat.
Thank you, real life. Thank you. Somebody appreciates it.
I never heard that about Einstein. I don't really know much about his whatever. Yeah.
His brain size? Seriously?
No.
I know.
Soda City. That it was deep. I had to read it 3 times.
Yeah, it was complicated.
I'm not a book guy like you, Shane. Come on, Cliff Notes.
All right, here we go. So that's what we have so far. First round we went Barry Sanders, Ty Cobb, Joe Lewis. Now it's back to me.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So that's let's see. I wasn't ready. Let's see. Where am I gonna go? Well, all right. I know where I'm gonna go. I know where I'm gonna go. I think this is actually the best spot to be in the draft.
Yeah,
I
know you got another whammy here. I think that if you
I think there's a drop off after this guy.
maybe
I feel like
I know where you're going.
for my top 4 was Barry Sanders here, but I'm gonna put Gordie Howe here.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
one of
good.
the greatest of his generation in hockey. I mean, not only a great scorer, but a great fighter, right? I mean, he can
Mr.
deliver it
Hockey.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could do
No helmet. And a pretty good sized fella.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's won't they still call it? Is it the Gordie Howe hat trick, or what did they call that?
Yeah, was it what is it? 3 goals, 3 assists, and 3 fights, or something? Is that what it is?
Or maybe it's just a goal and assist in a fight.
Okay, maybe that. Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe it's
Goal assist in a fight. But yeah, it's something because he was a big fighter too, which is great. I love that.
which is great. Which is great.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
Right,
no, that's good. I mean, he's definitely on the Rushmore of
for sure. That is so easy. Yeah, that's Babe Ruth. I mean, Mr. Hockey.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think that's a good thing for you. So,
and his son played for the Flyers. I like that. Like Mark Big. I almost wore my Mark Hell jersey tonight. So that's another reason.
You're teaching me something with his ties to Philly. How you somehow bring it back to Philly, I have no idea.
Got to. Yeah.
They want me to Philly cheesesteak somewhere in Indiana.
Let me look at the rest of my draft and see if I can do that for the rest. To work on that.
All right. Okay,
back
so
to
you. Back to you for your wraparound.
It's me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man.
So we go up and then down again. So you can't read it too much.
See, I want to go obscure just to show you, the 3-1-3. I got to go Isaiah Thomas though. I got
Yeah.
I mean, Zeke did more, and people laugh. I'm ready. You can say Chris Webber timeout and all the stuff you want. He didn't play on the dream team. Everyone knows he should have. But Isaiah Thomas did beat Jordan before there was a Jordan. So the Rad said it here, the bad boys, all that. Isaiah Thomas is the best point guard to ever play the game.
Yeah, he's certainly legend in Detroit lore. He's had such this baby face too, and he was like a complete
jerk by all accounts. When I grew up, there was a commercial, Detroit Edison, and Isaiah was surrounded by children and said, "Look up." And he's so sweet, and to come and find out he's kind of a creep. I can't lie about that either. That's the Indiana Bob Knight.
Yeah, right. I mean, Detroit can only change him so much, right?
I mean, they presented the right thing. I mean, marketing. Remember?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. No, great pick. I like it.
That's a good pick. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as far as basketball players, I'm not sure where else you would go. I mean, it's really he's kind of number one, and then there's a fair amount below him. So
yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. So I know. I can't argue that Ty Cobb's the best baseball player, probably Tiger, that ever played the game. But a very close second, and honestly, probably really a Detroit kind of hit. He did a lot of stuff. He was an announcer for a long time. I'm going to go with the one and only Al Kaline. Yeah, gotta love that. So yeah, I mean, nice. he's an absolute legend.
Absolutely.
Again, great guy. I think from all. Not that I'm trying to make all my team great guys, but
you can't be all nice guys and Detroit at the same time. It
I know. I need to throw in a.
No, that is that was number one on my list. I mean, I had 4 number ones, but
Brad's drafting the whole bad boys down on his.
I know.
Oh yeah,
board with
I'll
Cobb
go
and
deep
Thomas.
with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kelly Trapuka was on my list too.
There you go. Yeah, and actually one of the we did this little brief thing where we were collecting like players and stuff like that, and that was my first player really I wanted to collect was Al Kaline. So I got a bunch of like I got rookies and a couple like other stuff, and I got some autos and everything. So I really I love Al Kaline. And my growing up, my parents that's all they would talk about. Like there are a couple of people, but like
he's a radio guy for so long. He was the voice of the Tigers. Ernie Harwell, Al Kaline, George Kell.
Yeah.
But it's funny you said that Al Kaline because I've had nothing my whole life, and now I've got a ball, I've got cards, and that hat. I did get bummed. It's still cool, but it's Al Kaline. It's got the cert and everything, but it's a modern hat. I thought it was original, and the dude's like,
wow,
you sold that for $75, man.
That'd been crazy. Yeah, I definitely want to get. He's not on my jerseys yet, and he's a little harder to find. Not harder to find, but he's a little more expensive, I think. But yeah, he's
just get it to wear even more than to frame it. Do you have one?
Yeah. No,
that's a cool throwback, like Cooper Sound collection.
Yeah, it's definitely one. I mean, it's also just got a cool number. I feel like it's like an iconic number. So yeah.
What is his number? I don't even know. 51.
No, it's 9.
It's close. It's close.
Yeah, I love that with him and Mantle. I've got that home run Bombers or whatever card that is with him, Mantle, Cash, and.
Sorry, 6. I don't know why I said 9. 6.
Look at it upside down. Yeah. And he played 22 years for the Tigers, I think, right? So he's like,
so his rookie was like 53 or 54, and like played into the 80s, I think, or at least late 70s. So.
70s.
Sorry, no, not in the 80s. I don't know.
Early 70s, right?
Yeah.
Early 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. 74, 75, I think was his last year. So anyway, there you go.
That's a long career. All right, it's good. I think we have a solid top 6 so far.
I see that lamb beard.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our next segment here. And by the way, before I do that, I'm going to thank the members. We have Soda City Flip, so I did mention, this is a new one, Cap Fantasy. I like that, Cap Fantasy, and Davy Grubb 77. And the other member I won't mention because I know she didn't want to be mentioned on the Reseller Island podcast, so maybe she doesn't want to be mentioned here either, but I appreciate that person as well. So let me get to
so mysterious the way you say that.
I think most people know.
Yeah.
So let me get to this.
YouTube spotlight.
Oh, that silky voice there.
So delightful.
All
right, let me share my screen here. All right, so we're going to share the Rad Picker YouTube channel, our guest of the evening.
Awesome.
So the Rad Picker. So Rad, it's a pretty newer channel, right?
Yeah, brand new, probably like 2 weeks.
Oh wow, okay.
First video, so yeah, I'm still trying to figure out even how to edit. I'm a typewriter guy.
There you go. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I'm jealous, but I get all this figured out though. I'm excited to do it, but it's brand new. It's brand new.
So it's pretty prolific then. You have 54 videos in 2 weeks. You're grinding it out.
Oh yeah, I'll annoy you to death. I have no problem. I'll just be right in your face talking.
Yeah. And what I will say is I've watched a couple of them, and I'll watch more, I promise. But you have a skill like 8H Dave and Commonwealth Picker and Soda City Flips. You can just pop on the camera and talk to the camera and have and more like Dave, I'll say, because you'll be talking about reselling, and then all of a sudden you're talking about a wasp outside the truck,
and
then you're back to reselling. I mean, it's that's a skill that I don't think I could do it.
I don't know if it's a skill or making something, making lemonade out of lemons. I think, I've noticed in the reselling, I'm still new. I'm a year into it, outside of being in different sales, but it seems like everybody has a little bit of an attention deficit.
Yeah, I definitely do. Yeah,
definitely.
And I love it. I embrace it. So whatever.
Yeah, I think that's definitely part of I definitely have it. I know that. And I mean, when Andy comes up and visits me, he's like, let me lay down on the ground for a minute. I have him going and going.
I know.
Moving. So,
my God. You see him in I may have told this story before, but we've gone to a couple things not auction. It was we went to a
estate
sales. And it's like he's like his brain shuts off. He can't even talk anymore. He's just in that. I'm like, hey, what do you think over here? He's like, it's like, does not. You
Zone.
can't even talk
Zone.
to him. He's in his zone.
Yeah.
So,
And it's different because some people are that way, and I'm kind of the other where I talk too much, I just keep talking, then it triggers something else, and it's nonstop talking and thinking. But if I'm in the zone, like I'm a carpenter, so when I'm working, I can't be bothered. Like, I struggled having employees because I'd rather do it myself because I don't want to sit there and like, you're boring me trying to tell you how to do this.
Yes.
So
That's like
I think you could learn from him, but also he's going to steal all the good stuff from me. He does that.
No, come on. No, what do you mean from you?
Yeah, I'll be like, what do you think about this, Keith? He's like, yeah, it's great. You should do that. And then finally it's like, I bought it for more than it's worth. And then Keith's over here.
He's behind you making a deal for something else.
He was over here buying
it's plotting all the time.
He buys it for $2 and later sells it for $400. It's like, come on.
It lends to paranoia where you're always trying to, outdo the other person somehow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we're buying together, so we weren't competitive when we were doing that. But
when we were not competitive, but you were. Yeah, we were in a couple things. And you're like, it's probably good. And then meanwhile, he's like hoarding stuff, like doing something. You can't don't touch my precious. Like,
it's true. It's true.
Yeah, I can't do all the research. I walk, look, and I grab. I'm impulsive or compulsive, whatever one. And I see something, I'm like, oh, that looks ornate. I'll take it. Or, I said that in the video. I watch someone else, like I watch you, Keith. Now I'm looking for little tiny books, and I can't remember what I'm supposed to do or yesterday, but those things just get locked in. So I don't know.
I think you were like that at first, right? I mean, Keith, it takes a little while to learn, and then
absolutely.
Squirrel.
Eventually,
right. And I'm the same way though. I rarely will comp things out unless it's like an unopened box of cards that I'll look them up typically. But like other antiques, I don't look up. I'll just go with the instinct and the gut. Yeah. But I will say, I sat in auctions for like live auctions, auctioneers, like for hours on end when I was younger, and that you learned a ton about other topics.
Stay away from
like that. I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. I don't mean it rude. You know that I don't have to justify it, but your photograph. I
think I have them back there.
When you broke that down, I'm like, it interests me so much because I'm full of useless knowledge. But then I'm like, all right, there's no way I'm going to be him and know all that. So then I just shut it off. I'm like, all right, that's let me get a picture on a magazine. But I'm jealous of that you can like just keep going because I'll have to like switch gears into something else.
Yeah, you got way farther into his videos than I do. I can tell you that.
Come on, Andy.
I love it. Like I honestly love it. But if that's why I'm not good at computers because if I hit like some sort of wall, I'm like, shut it off. I'll go to do something else. I know I can the grass and it'll work. It's done.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I need completion.
Well, Mark said he texted you. So, I mean, you're open to people.
You can reach out, man. If you find something, you can hit me up. And I'll give you my number. I know you give me your number. I'll text you, and you can always hit me up if you find something. But, Mark asked me some questions. I guess he was shopping in an antique shop, I assume up in Massachusetts this weekend.
Nice.
And Mike, you should see the find that Hawkeye Mike made, Andy, at a flea market for $20, mantles. And, I mean, it was epic find. Epic find. He's getting them graded. Could really gold mine. But guys, definitely check out the Rad Picker. It's a new channel, but it's entertaining, man. Like I said, you're that like stream of consciousness talking about reselling. I love watching ADHD for that reason, and they're very similar. So
I just subbed on 2 of our channels, so you got 2 more. So I'll definitely be watching you over Keith. So put it that way.
Well, I think you're either gonna love me or hate me. That's what I do know. Like I told my wife's like. I tell her this stuff and she's like, yeah, whatever, pie in the sky. I'm like, oh, no. This is a real thing. Like I can really do this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is,
definitely.
I can talk to a screen all day, I don't know how long it'll last, but it's, it doesn't seem too difficult.
No. Have you ever like strapped a GoPro on and tried like first person recording at a sale yet?
Like, no, and that's my next thing. Like I had GoPros. I literally had a GoPro. I bought brand new, all the parts, never used it, not one single time. My kids, someone did something with a charger and then that dream disappeared. But I've had people forever say, like it's even in my bio that the Take It or Leave It podcast, never started it. I got a buddy and he's ready and they're like, do it. But this reselling actually got me going like, because I'm watching videos, I'm like, well, do that? I need to do that. So
Yeah.
the answer is no, but that's what I need to do because I have no problem running into people and talking to them. So
that'd be great. I mean, you don't have to do it. I'm just curious because I know I didn't see that on your channel, but I figured that would be, people like to
that's
work
the next thing coming.
Yeah.
I really wish I would
next level.
support it a lot.
Cool. Awesome, man. Yeah. Look forward to seeing that if it happens. All right. So definitely check out his channel, the Rad Picker, and check him out on District. He's selling on firstclasstreasures.com, dibdit.com, dibditthreads.com, entertaining over there as he is on YouTube. So
I will make a joke nonstop, whether it's funny or not.
Yeah.
Oh boy, dogs are going crazy out there.
Oh,
Good. Okay, so back to me on the picks.
Yeah. So that round 2 was Gordie Howe, Isaiah Thomas, Al Kaline out circling back to Andy.
Yeah. I don't think he's coming back to me, so I have to take him. And I do like to diversify sometimes with my picks, but I can't go this time. So I got to go with the best receiver, I think potentially top 5 ever. Certainly the best Detroit Lions receiver ever, Calvin Johnson. 6'5", ran a 4.32, I think, or somewhere around there. Is the freakiest athlete ever to play the game. You cannot convince me otherwise.
Yep.
He's built like a tight end, runs one of the fastest receivers, and has incredible hands and had like a 40-inch vertical. Both the Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson were the best players at their position probably for, I don't know, 8 years maybe while they were there, and they never really won anything. Both of them made the playoffs, and both of them made the playoffs.
Can carry a team, and Calvin and as a receiver,
both of them single-handedly.
Yep, single-handedly.
Teams.
I watch him. There's very few players I remember, and I specifically remember watching him at Georgia Tech. It was just like the early game on a Saturday. And I was like, that is the best player I've ever seen. and when I see that, I get excited. I'm a coach too. My wife's a basketball coach. Played every sport, all the stuff. Yeah. So when I see that, it excites me. And I'll never forget seeing Calvin Johnson. And I had no idea who he was, but he was the real deal.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I had him much lower on my list. Not that it's a bad pick. I mean, as far as when he plays, just his the longevity wasn't there, right? I mean, obviously
10 years, but I mean, certainly.
But I mean, just when you compare his numbers, numbers aren't everything. You can see what he did on the field, but you compare the receiver. I was looking at his receiving yard totals, and he's right there. He's right in front of Mushin Muhammad, right behind Hines Ward, Derek Mason, guys who he shouldn't be behind because he didn't play a super long career.
But the team, you got to look how bad they were.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he was the best receiver, I think. Or very 2-3 years. I think every year.
And the problem is because you can't play both sides. Like in basketball, you can be the best player and affect both sides of the ball. But what else can you do? They throw the ball to you, you catch it, and
yeah. And he didn't have a great quarterback for a chunk, some of that too.
The tail end, obviously had Stafford, but early Stafford.
Joey Harrington. That's right, Joey Harrington.
Yeah. Early Stafford, and then early and late Joey Harrington because he only was around for 2 years. Or
Yeah.
So who else squeezed in there? There's someone else too.
Oh, he had Kitna was his quarterback for a while.
Oh, Kitna.
And he had who else? He had I think Dan Orlovsky for a little bit. He had who was the other guy that was horrible? I mean, all of them.
It's not even the quarterback. The lines were so bad.
The
offensive line.
But
I'm with you though, Keith. Though I am obviously I'm biased because I'm a Detroit fan, but for all-time greats, you have to be there and you have to do it, in my opinion. You know.
And that's my only point. Obviously, it was great when he was there. He just didn't play long enough to be in the conversation with Rice and Moss. Yeah. Those guys amassed the numbers that they did. He would have done it.
Team tomorrow, you'd take him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but the physical force and he's a freak compared to those guys. I mean, Moss was a freak too, but Rice never had all the qualifications that Calvin Johnson had as far as the speed and the height and the strength. Yeah, so I agree. It's not a bad pick. All right, well, back to you, Rad. Thanks, Shane.
I'm not even going to go list. I feel like it's a disrespectful thing not to have Steve Eiserman. I mean, we talked about it pre-show. I mean, I could go, Sergei Fedorov or Probert, and Probert's my guy. that is my guy. But I grew up, I wanted to be Lou Whitaker, first Billy Sims, Lou Whitaker, and Steve Eiserman. That's who I wanted to be.
Yep.
And Steve Eiserman, Stevie Y, his longevity. You want to talk about longevity? Yeah. I mean, I don't even know how many years. I just know when I was a kid, I'm 48. We had a babysitter who is, she was a female from across the street and loved him. And I mean, I was 8, and then at my late 20s, he's still playing or whatever it was, 20-some years.
Yeah. And he's part of, unfortunately, he hasn't really brought them out of the depths yet, but he's he's part of the front office too. So yeah. he's kind of a member there too.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, Hockey Town.
It is. Yeah, I know. He was, I think probably the next one. I'm slightly more partial to football, but definitely.
I might have taken him in my pick too, because he was, obviously a great player and a great offense. That was a great offensive team. So, and they obviously that 97 Stanley Cup killed me against the Flyers.
we were. That's when I think I was
5
up there,
out
right?
of 7.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
With the Russian 5 and all that.
Yeah. What a team. That's crazy.
It was unreal. Kozlov.
Konstantinov, I think you had.
Yep.
And,
Fedorov. Vernon.
Igor Larionov.
Larionov. That's right. Yes.
They didn't have Kasparaitis, did they? Was he ever there?
I don't think so. No.
I loved him in NHL 94.
Darren McCarty.
Yep.
Yeah. That was an awesome time, man. It really was. And then Chelios comes over and, gets his life right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got the tail end of some people like Brett Hull and Chelios, and they have even had Paul Coffey or a couple other guys too that were kind of the tail end, but the one thing about hockey players, they do typically last a long time.
Yeah.
If they're good enough. I mean, look at who's the dude from the Penguins
from Philadelphia, the red-haired guy with the big mustache and all that. What was his name? He never wore a helmet.
Never wore. Not Bobby Clark, right? He didn't really have a mustache. But
no, he's older than that. He probably retired in the early 90s.
Huh.
He was there forever. Just had a big old handlebar mustache, red-headed dude.
Huh, I don't know who you're talking about. I have to think about that.
Bobby Clark completely different. It may have been somebody from Sweden on the I don't know. Talk about my memory. I don't know. I could be making this up.
Yeah, I don't know. But they the thing with those teams too, they were similar to the Flyers, that they would like go out and get the veteran guys and build the team before the cap. I think the cap really changed that. And those teams have a harder time competing now, especially the Flyers. Rebuilding forever. All right, is that the whole, or is it back to me? Yeah, back to me. It's a little tougher now. I think the draft gets a little tougher now.
It does.
We were in the chalk for a while there. I'm gonna go to the first Jewish superstar in sports. I'm gonna go Hank Greenberg. Great power hitter.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Hank Greenberg. I mean,
that's good. That's one of the guys I'm trying to collect, because he's pretty classic. He's pretty impactful player, I would say.
Yeah.
War hero, right? Wasn't he?
He was in the war, yeah. And I think he was a great power hitter. There wasn't a ton of power hitting at that point in the 30s. I mean, obviously Ruth. But...
And I was going to throw Willie Horton in there. You went deeper than that.
I'll go 19th century guys for life.
Wow. Yeah. It's all that photography stuff you're into. That you got me on that one.
Yeah.
He goes
his name's on the brick wall though.
Yeah. When I do cards, I do a lot of cards now, but before recently, I would do just tobacco cards, 19th century cards.
Really?
So I know a lot of the early.
You know how I learned the old guys? I played Earl Weaver's baseball on the Amiga computer.
Oh, wow.
And Musial. And, I learned all those old guys from that when I was a kid. It takes like 45 minutes to load.
Yeah.
My brother did that. Like, he would I feel like it was like a numbers game with him. So he would learn like all these players. He's like, yeah, you would know some random player that batted 333 for like in 1924.
Now, hold on. Did you guys play wiffle ball in the backyard with the stat sheets and all that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did. I don't know if you
had the grid paper and all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, that's the best.
We only
yellow
played
bat, right? The real wiffle ball bat. Don't bring anything red or blue or anything.
Well, by the end, we would get bats, and then we would make them we would juice them. So basically, you put like tape around it, and then you get a little nugget in the middle there for yeah, that was the best.
At my buddy's house, we like drilled in like this giant pole to the side of their house. Like we were drilling into their house. They didn't even care. foul poles all over the place.
That's awesome.
What was it? I mean, we had only 3 people. I mean, this is a guy. I used to play with a guy named Mike. You know, the guy I'm talking about across the street from me.
Yep.
We'd only play with 3 players, and there's 1 versus 1. I don't know how we did this, and maybe other people did too. But we would draft teams and then like pretend we were that person.
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
Yeah, we did the same thing. Yeah, I think everyone did that.
I did that in my room with basketball with the Nerf. I was Spud Webb and Gerald Wilkins and Dominique. Yeah.
I was Eric Davis. I had the big leg hedge.
Oh, Eric Davis. Yeah.
I
was Eric Davis fan. I played third and catcher and all that. And Barry Larkin, of course, went to Michigan. But
cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, actually. All right.
All right. Let's get back to the next segment here. What do I got? Where is this segment? There it is.
Find of the week.
All right. So in this segment, we show some finds we made this week. I mean, usually it's just me showing. Andy, I don't know if you have a find.
Yeah, I got something today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, my find I actually picked up today. It was a Facebook Marketplace find, which I don't really find much or look in there much. But I bought a little, it's not going to be able to see this too well. Let me see if I can. How am I going to do this?
Oh,
if you can see that name there. It's a Lou Gehrig 40 LG Lou Gehrig baseball bat, store model bat, but still 20s, 30s Lou Gehrig bat. So if you ever find a Gehrig or Ruth bat 40 LG, pick them up. It's a store model bat, not a game used bat, but definitely worth picking up.
If you find a Lou Gehrig game used bat, it's probably worth a pickup too, right?
Sort of. Yeah. Speaking of LK line, I have a guy. I've got that. This is my gift: connections with people. I got an older guy in Crossville near the 127 sale, and he's got an LK line display, and it's cheap, just like balls. Like that's what blows my mind is because the internet. When we were kids, you'd have to go to a card show to find that stuff, and it would be $10 million in your head. But now you can pick it up for $50 or $100. It blows my mind. But yeah,
I do. Yeah. There's not a lot. I mean, I obviously source a lot of my Lions and Detroit stuff through eBay, but there's also a couple of auctions that are online through at Detroit that are almost not exclusively Detroit stuff, but like it's Detroit. I think it's I have to find it. I can't remember the name of it, but that's where I get a lot of the like signed jerseys and stuff like that. And they're pretty decent price. Like I mean, for players like Gordie Howe and stuff was like I don't know, it was definitely like $400 or $500, but it wasn't like I would have thought. Yeah, like back in the day, like we would see those for like 12, like for not 12,000, like 1,200 or something.
Yeah,
well, dude, I had got an entire tub of balls, and I told my wife I just made 15 grand off 200. There's a Wade Boggs, $50. Don Mattingly, it was all Yankees, and awesome. I was shocked. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I had Pete Rose. Nice. And I mean, I made my money off. I made good money, but it wasn't $15,000 worth. And I thought, like, I did it.
That's retiring. Yeah. What's up, Corey? Corey's in the house. Grams and Pop Vintage.
Great video, by the way. Great guest done.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah. I was impressed as hell with Corey. I was telling Shane and Jake that, I mean, he can make money on anything. Like, Andy, I don't know if you watched the podcast yet. It came out today, so I'll give you an excuse. But he'll go out and trim his willow tree and plant the trimmings and make a ton of money from trimming his trees, like selling trimmings of it was another kind of tree he did too. That's impressive, man. Yeah. Sells chickens and trees.
That fires me up. That kind of stuff is what that is right up my alley. That keeps me going. Like, yeah, you can do it. When you're talking planners and stuff too, it's like you said, money everywhere.
Yep, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, so this video is going to be, I'm going to put a video out on my channel in the member section on how to clean and condition bats and how to date Louisville Slugger bats, Andy. So sign up, Andy.
All right. Well, I'm not going to sign up, but you can give me a free membership.
Maybe somebody will gift you a membership.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. What do you got over there, Andy?
All right. So I'll pull up my screen. There we go. So I picked up this little beauty recently. So this is I don't know if you can see it. Leaf. I think
triple auto.
Leaf metal triple auto. See if you So I
see Mickey Tettleton, Cecil.
Yeah. I was not. I wasn't a great baseball player growing up, but when I was very young, I was pretty good. Not very young, not like 4, but like like 10 or 12. I don't know. The young age, and I was a catcher. So, because I was the only person I feel like that could throw to second base or something at my age, whatever it was. But I quickly got overtaken by everybody else. But like Mickey Tettleton, I think, was one of my favorite players growing up. But I also had Cecil Fielder and Matt Noakes. I wish they would have put like Rob Deere on there instead of like Matt Noakes. But Matt Noakes was supposed to be like the new guy, like the best guy. But anyway, so it's a leaf card, so it's 2 out of 3, but it's not super expensive by any means. But
I know you didn't collect the leaf in the football, but I mean, this is cool. It's a triple auto.
Yeah, I was looking for like Cecil Fielder style vintage auto type of stuff, and I saw this came up, so I was like,
that's cool. I like it. Yeah,
I think it was like,
I love that you're a real Detroit collector, because I really am not. Like, there's certain things, like I have a Mark Fidrich ball, and that was gonna be my next pick. Spoiler alert. But Denny McClain, and now I'm collecting stuff. But like, I had all those balls, and for me, I look. Because we sold our farm, we're renting a house, and so I don't have a room anymore. I started letting some stuff go, but I know I'm going to regret it when we build a house. I'm going to be like, oh my God, I let all that your stuff go and Detroit stuff. But
you'd be able to find it all again. That's the finding it, though, right?
And you can only display so much.
Right.
I love that you're collecting that Detroit, and that means something.
Yeah. Well, no, this is and that's back there. I think that's 29, right?
Awesome.
I need to. And that's not Barry, by the way.
That's Billy Sims.
It is.
I know.
Yeah.
That's who I wanted to be. I mean, Lou Whitaker, when I was in T-ball, when I was a kid, no kidding, when I got off the bat, they go, Lou, just like they did. And I loved it. I remember, I mean, I don't know how old you are in T-ball, 5, 6, 7, but my memory, I remember being in Sears or JCPenney's, and there was a Lou Whitaker T-shirt, looked like a jersey, knockoff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get that kind of stuff as a kid. You didn't just walk into the store and say, I want this. And my mom bought that for me, and I wore that thing out to shred. I wanted to be
That's awesome. Yeah.
So him and Billy Sims, that was my thing. So I love that.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool.
Great guest you brought on today, Keith.
I told you.
Well, I heard them talking about, they said something about Detroit fans, and I think it was Jay Ride said, there's not many of them out there. And that bird, Joey Kosher and Probert came out in me. I wanted to tie Domi him and pull his jersey over his head.
There you go. Love it.
Yeah, well, I will say, I mean, there's obviously a lot of Detroit fans. It's a good fan base. But, I mean, when we were me and Andy were talking for a while. We were trying to find a Detroit person to bring on, and there weren't really. We were thinking about reaching out to random people who weren't really on YouTube, but it worked out that we found you on District. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I mean, and you can snuff out the people that have been fans for a while, right? Because I mean, there's a lot more Detroit Lions fans than there were, for a lot of reasons, but. They go. The people that know.
You start bringing up Mel Farr, and they don't understand who you're talking about.
Right.
You usually see the pain in their eyes a little bit.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. You can tell because real Detroit fans have like paper cuts from the bags on their shoulders. Years.
And tear stains. Like
tear stains.
But all right, so there you go. That's mine. But all
right, very cool. I like it. I like it.
Recent pickup.
And by the way, Andy, you see my new backdrop back here, my wax pack frame display that I got.
I saw that.
Titan Display. Cool. So if anybody wants to get a little wax pack display, you can hit the affiliate link in the description of the video below. Great, great website there.
And apologies for me looking down. We're trying to pick up some stuff through Walmart, but they have not dropped. And I've been keeping an eye on it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Nothing's come up. We're trying to get some cards that are supposed to be dropping, but nothing has come up yet.
Because they're going to start doing some breaks over on dibdiccards.com. They just announced that today. And I talked to Rod about potentially doing a break. So I'm trying to stockpile a little stuff to do that. So we'll, Andy's on the job and try to find some. Yeah. All right. So that's the find. You don't have to, but did you have anything?
Yeah, I think I've got a good one. And I got a caveat to this because a couple weeks ago, I went to a yard sale here. It was the first one I saw, and I picked up some watches. The guy ended up moving, and he had all these remote control cars. Well, I bought some watches. He had a box, and then inside that box, it had all the watch holders. There's a fake Rolex in there that's well documented. And then I sold the other watches. Well, I showed on one of those Dibdit shows, or it could have been First Class Treasures, one of them, that I thought I saw a quarter in there, but it wasn't a quarter. Let's see where I'm at. It was this ring.
Oh, wow.
So I said, and someone was on there, said, oh, yeah. And I said, I don't know if it's real. I can't see well. I do have an eyeglass, but I couldn't tell. And I took that to my buddy. Shout out to Quick Cash Pawn Shop in Cookeville, Tennessee today. And that baby's real with the diamonds.
Nice.
So that was the find I got today that I found 2 weeks ago it's
Nice.
legit.
It's a double find.
That guy's gone. I mean, he moved away. You know, if this was somebody's engagement ring, I'd have done the right thing. But
Yeah.
it's one of those where I'm sorry, but brother, I appreciate you though.
Yeah.
Those are the
That's
best
awesome.
finds too, right? When they find a secret compartment or something like
Yeah,
you're
it
like,
looked like a quarter stuck in there, and I'm like, and I'm into the coin thing. I'll look, you know, at dates. I'm an error coin guy, and I was like, huh, that looks real. But it's really real. So that was a find I got today for sure.
sweet.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. And plus, you have the connections to get it verified, right? That's always a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
it's
Get
good
it
to
checked
have
out.
Yeah, I didn't like the price he offered, but
Yeah.
I'll keep
Well,
it.
that's
I can do the sales myself, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
that's as good as gold. I mean, good as gold, I guess. When it's it's not going anywhere. You can.
No, I'll
It's good as
probably
putting
hold
money in
on.
the
I
bank.
may gift that. Who knows? But it's I always dream of that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Treasure hunt's the best.
Very cool.
Speaking of treasure hunt, have you watched there's a new show, not show, I guess there's a 3-part documentary, I guess, on I think what was it on? Was it Discovery Channel, or was it, I can't remember, one of the streaming services. Could have been anyone. We have a bunch of them, unfortunately, but it was about the treasure that it was like in early 2000 or 2020 or 2021. You know what I'm talking about?
The Treasure Island thing about where there's like somewhere,
was
is it the United States or somewhere?
Yeah, it's like Forrest's treasure or something like that. It was like a $1 million treasure that he hid. It's a really cool,
like
cool
an Easter egg
documentary.
kind of thing.
And no one found it, right? I mean, no one found it still.
No, they found it. They found,
they found it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So anyway, I don't know why when I saw Treasure Hunt, that was
I'll
reminded me. It's a
check it
great
out.
show.
Yeah,
You have to check it out.
If you ever figure out the name or where you watched it, let me know. I'll watch it. I'll check it
Well,
out.
It was on I'm sorry, it was on Netflix for sure. I think.
There's little ads that come up where they're tossing, the magnets over the bridge.
Oh yeah.
I can tell you great stories. I can go sidebar on you here. I was thinking about metal detectors and all that, and
We've both done that.
I won't eat up the show with my stories.
That's another we can do. I've done magnet fishing too. I didn't. No treasures that I pulled up.
Yeah, probably stuff you didn't want. Well, the first I'll say a quick one. I traded some chickens for a metal detector. So we had a farm. So first thing I do, I'm a researcher. I'm not dumb. We got YouTube. You can learn anything. And so you look for the oldest tree. Well, we had a black walnut tree. So I'm out there, and my wife comes out there, and she's mocking me. And it was a cheap one. It didn't tell you what the metal was. So I start digging by this tree, and she's standing right next to me, mocking me. Why did you buy this?
I know it sounds familiar to Keith.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All of a sudden, crunch, and I pull up a chunk of a mason jar. And I go, yeah. Laughing now. I dig, and all it was a broken mason jar with a lid.
Yeah.
No, like cash with coins or anything.
Yeah, no cash at all. It's just an empty mason jar. But I did find one.
Though once I feel like once you get anything like that, right? It's the same thing with like ripping cards. Like as soon as you get that like one hit, you're like, oh, or golf. Yeah. Like you hit a good shot. You're like,
absolutely.
I'm Tiger Woods now.
Yep, and, keeps you coming back.
It's the worst. It's the worst. Yeah. And the cool feeling, but
I had to bust mine out, I guess. The metal detector.
Yeah. All right.
Let's get back to the draft. So we got going into round 4. Is it back to me, right? Yeah, man. I gotta pick again already.
Yes, yeah, it's you.
All right. It's getting a little tough. It's getting tough.
It's not that tough. There's still plenty of great athletes.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go. We talked earlier. Yeah, we talked. Let me get back to my screen. I'm off screen here. We talked earlier about like the Lions prime era, right? It was that early mid 50s, right? They won 3 championships in the early 50s.
Yeah, it was like
53, 54, 57, something like that.
Yeah, I think so. And they were very relevant in the early 50, 51, all that. They were a good team then too.
Yeah. So that's their heyday, I would say, as a franchise. So I'm going to go with.
Well, not now. I mean, now's their heyday. Let's be serious.
Let's let them win. You can call it their heyday. They won 3 times. I'm just you gotta. It's fair to say it's a heyday. I'm not insulting the modern team. I'm going to go with the great running back they had back then, who was not like most running backs of that time period. I'm going to go Bobby Lane. I mean, a lot of the running backs were big, burly running backs. He was more of like a smaller running back, Sanders-esque back in the 50s. He wasn't
You're
a
talking
big
Bobby Lane, the quarterback? The quarterback? Are you talking?
I meant Doak Walker. I meant Doak Walker.
Dual threat.
Yeah.
He's not like the running backs back then. Yeah, because he's a quarterback.
No, I meant to pick Doak Walker. I totally butchered it. I had him next to my
flickers.
Yeah. He was running all over the place. But I'm gonna go Doak Walker. He was a scat back. He was like Barry of the 50s. Right, he was not like a Jim Brown.
No, you're surprising me here.
Man, I hurt myself on the explanation
of
it.
Joe Dumars was coming out or something.
Yeah, well, I thought he was going to say Joe Dumars played for the Lions. Honestly, come
on, no, I mean Bobby. Yeah, I mean obviously I know there was a few people in that team who could be picked. I wanted to go with the running back because I thought he was.
If he offends me like that again, I'm going Bill Burr. Philly on him all the way.
That's right.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I do.
All
right. He ripped Philly a new one for.
That was the funniest thing ever. Sorry.
I would love to do that. That would be like the coolest thing is like renovating a house and then finding like an attic that has a bunch of cool stuff in it.
Oh man,
that's what
I always think of that. Like, well, I did that, tore houses down. I never found. I'm trying to think if I found anything, and that was a dream. I mean, 100-year-old house is nothing.
Oh,
and I put both of them on my list.
You don't get both.
What kind of rules are we working with here?
I said
Ohio. Are we in Ohio or something?
Yeah, I know. I don't know what part of Philly you live, Keith, but this is a rule-based game here.
Yeah. Damn, I can't believe I did that.
I'm gonna clip that and put it as a short for you. All right. Well. It's all and by the way, Bobby Lane is available should you want him.
Yeah, Bobby Lane's available. He's a good pick too.
Yeah. But you are up, Scott.
I don't feel like the only reason while Scott's thinking there, I don't think passing wasn't a big part of the league then. He was a good passing quarterback, but there was other good quarterbacks in the league at that time period. But I think Doak Walker was a different kind of player.
Yeah, he was.
Bobby like Dan Quisenberry.
Yeah.
I have to go, and I'm going to go more modern. You guys can't convince me otherwise. I think the most underrated player in I say any sport, that's being a little dramatic, but Grant Hill.
Oh, yeah.
I think Grant Hill was as good as a player as we've ever seen. And without that ankle injury that he had surgery on and almost died from. And I hated Grant Hill. I'm a Fab Five guy till I died. Yeah. Hated Duke. But I have the utmost respect. Obviously, he came to Detroit. But also, I will say this, a sidebar, the worst uniforms in the history of the league, and I got in an argument on Facebook, that teal with that, whatever that is,
the horse,
demon dragon.
Stallion. Yeah.
Yes, I guarantee you can sell those jerseys on Dibbed It in First Class Treasures, though, because they got a demon horse on them.
Yeah, I feel like I agree. I hated the look of those. I do feel like people are starting to, almost like the Tampa Bay Bucks jerseys where like people hated them, like the creamsicles and stuff. And now they're like so weird and kind of off-putting.
I agree with you 100% because I was thinking about that working up to this. And I thought, well, they are kind of cool. It's like Paul's Boutique from the Beastie Boys. It was awful at the time. And now it's the greatest ever.
But yeah, he was a phenomenal. He was, I think he was like number 3 pick overall. I can't remember who he came out with, but it was very, he was so talented. Yeah, and I went to school at Maryland, and also so I'm never a Duke fan from that, but also obviously Michigan too.
Felipe Lopez.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and he was so good on Duke and so like just talented wise, like from a talent perspective, he was all through the chart. He could do everything. He was extremely talented small forward, and I think probably for the time was one of the top 5 players in the league.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He just never had a full great team around him either.
He was as good as Kobe Bryant. I will say that and stand on that.
But all right,
yeah.
So that's a good pick. I like that.
I didn't have him on my list, but I didn't even think of him. But that's a good pick. Better than Bobby Lane / Doak Walker.
Lane Doker.
Okay, so I have the next 2 picks, right? So I'm pretty safe to pick whoever I want here.
Yep.
And I'll get my last 2. I'm trying to think. All right. I'm going to go. I know this may be a little bit before the time, but I'm going to go with it. There's a reason I'm going with this player. It's a modern player. And the reason I'm going with him is because not only is he a Detroit Lion, but he's also a Michigan Wolverine. So he is a homegrown player. I'm going with the one and only Aiden Hutchinson.
Woo! Man, that's a big one.
That's would have been probably the defensive player of the year last year had he not broken his leg. Was on pace to, I think, have something like 30 sacks when he went out. He was leading the league in sacks until I think like the 8th week of the season. Then he broke his leg in the 6th.
Yeah.
So
no fluke whatsoever.
Yeah,
that even surprises me because I'm that's where I'm kind of a pessimist. I'm like, you're gonna show me in the league, but that dude is the real deal.
And I know I'm taking him early, early in his career. You can smile all you want.
You missed. I do not think you missed there.
But and again, the fact that he's a homegrown guy, his dad went to Michigan, he went to Michigan.
Yes.
And he means a lot to the community too. He's a super stand-up guy. So I have all A+ team in terms of people.
That helps. That helps.
I didn't even have him on my list of all those, and that's
because he hasn't played a full season almost yet. But I agree.
Dominant. I'm gonna go Bill Burr. I'm going Bill Burr.
Dominant when he played. Yeah, but just gonna give it a couple more years, then we'll get him on the list.
That's fine. You do what you do on yours, and I'll do what I'll do on mine. Right.
If you say Mark Wahlberg.
So there you go. That's my. I know it's a little bit out there, but that's my pick.
I think that's legit. You get my approval anyway.
Oh,
I'll take it for 6 man.
All right.
All right.
Doing?
Yeah, let's get another segment going. Our last segment.
All right.
And here's what I'm ripping over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip it up. I'm gonna change it because I just realized how many packs are in this, and it's
just rip one pack of something.
Well, I'm gonna go grab some, but go ahead and talk about yours.
Yeah. So do you know what this pack is, Rad?
NFL Kiss of the Year? No, I don't.
So it's a 1989 score.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we're hunting the Barry rookie in this one.
Oh my gosh.
So let me get my mic up a little bit over there.
Oh, camera 1, camera 2.
Yep. He's got a camera down there too. Yeah. All right, so I got the 89 score, Andy. You were away from your earphones, but 89.
Oh yeah, there we go.
So we're hunting the.
I got Barry over here, so I got a Barry.
Ton of great because you got Barry, you got Troy Aikman, you got Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders.
Yep.
Thurman Thomas.
And now you're gonna give me Barry if you get him right.
Right off the bat, a Marino.
Yeah,
not bad
so far. Yeah.
Mark Duper, Mark Clayton.
Well, we got another Dolphin, but I never heard of
Don't remember him.
Downhill fast.
Yeah. Oh, punter. Rick
Donnelly.
Old Rick.
If you're not a Rick Donnelly fan, then I don't like you.
I've got his rookie jersey.
Tim Harris, he was a good.
He was pretty good for a while, yeah.
Yeah. Roy Green, he had a long career.
Don't remember him.
Good one.
That's a rookie.
That's a rookie card. Yeah, it's not bad.
That's a good one.
Is it in the back? Is those are like the rated, not the rated, but the regular rookie ones?
They might be. This is going to be on dibditcards.com next Wednesday night. Is any Steelers fans?
Maybe
Falcons trivia.
What's the quiz? Atlanta
back.
Falcons. Or is that the answer to it?
Who holds the Falcons team record for most points in one season?
It's probably like Morton Anderson, right?
I think it's Morton Anderson. This is an 89.
Man,
it's still
you didn't
Morton
even
Anderson.
hesitate.
I think it's Morton Anderson.
It's always kicker, right?
Well, it's not. He's not on the list. Well, probably Nick Mike Meyer, who was a kicker.
Yeah. We shouldn't even show the answers. I believe that right off the bat. I'm like,
Yeah.
good answer.
Never believe Andy. Oh, I dropped the right
It's just
word.
the way I said it. It was very
It's so confident.
convincing.
Well, maybe it would be now, but I don't
Yeah,
think
I'm
that
sure.
was,
Because he
Jeff
played
Coe.
forever too.
Jeff
Yeah.
Coe.
There was a
Not
rookie
you,
in
Coe.
back,
I do remember him. Yeah, Dennis.
Dennis Gentry.
There's a card. It's probably not worth a whole lot, but a player for sure.
Yeah, and number 29 for receivers, a little unusual back then.
He was
Right.
great in Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, Brian Hinkle,
Oh yeah.
Stefan Page,
Hinkle, is that to the left? Is that from
Finkel Einhorn,
Yeah,
Finkel,
so
Finkel,
Einhorn and
Finkel.
Finkel.
Everson Wallace. He was a good player for the Cowboys.
Yeah,
And this is a
he was.
rookie. So let's see if we recognize the face.
Oh my God.
I could, no,
It's
it's
not
not Barry.
Oh,
Could be
It's
Tony
not. I don't think
Andrews.
it's
Brett Favre,
Troy
ain't it?
either.
Is Brett Favre the same year?
No,
I don't
not this.
think so.
Aikman.
I think Favre may have been 90 or 91.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't know who the hell that guy is. Andy.
Maybe
Hack.
Oh
We don't know who
man.
the heck that
It
is.
might be. They might have a few more rookies though.
There's another one at least.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold down a little bit.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh, that's it.
I think
That's it.
That might be
That's
Metcalf. Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
oh! I could recognize that forehead anywhere.
yeah. And then Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. That's not
Oh,
bad.
nice.
There you go.
Very
All right.
nice.
It's kind
So we've yet to hit the Barry. We've opened a bunch of that.
Man, that looked like
Yet to-
Barry.
I know. I
Man.
think it does. He definitely did have a similar.
I thought that was it, man.
So I flipped it to Divorced Dads Booster Pack. I don't know if you've opened these before.
What
or
in
seen
the
these
world?
before.
Are these
Yeah, you should-
scratch and sniff too?
No,
Y'all were in that show. Somebody opened some. They literally were old and you scratching like it was hilarious. Anyway,
all right. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with these. These are like kind of a.
What's up, Mike? Mike, I have. Man, let me show this real quick to Mike. I do have the wax pack display from TitanDisplay.com in the background.
Oh yeah, there you go.
The link is in the description. That's Absolute Authentics. That's his company. So I wanted to shout him out there.
Very good. All right. So these are like a kind of a joke. They were a joke at first. Like it's all about you'll kind of see it, but it's kind of based around like a card game like you play, like not Pokemon or Magic the Gathering type of thing, but they're all around divorced dads. So this is sirloin of steak, and we got the cabin. There's a couple of big cards in here. Actually. There's bloat. You can't stop it.
in there.
That's
That's a hollow.
Yeah, that's the hollow. You get one hollow per pack, I think.
A hollow bloat.
Right leg of alimony. Okay, so if you collect all of alimony, I think, right? That's the monster, I think.
That's a full body of alimony.
Yeah. And the head of alimony is the big one. Beef jerky
Bad for your health.
for your health.
You're a big jerky fan, aren't you, Annie?
I
The
am
house.
a jerky fan. This is the land of leather. And then, we got two more cards. We got foot odor. This is at the end of your term, all your cards in an opponent's field must return to their hand. So that's a little aggressive. And then the last one we got is camper van. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So there you go. That's my pack this time. I did not want to force you guys to go through a box of I don't know how many cards there are.
80
100?
cards or something.
Yeah, something ridiculous.
All right.
It's cool, man. I like it.
I'm gonna show these to the camera up there.
Oh.
I don't know. Sorry.
one
Let me,
here.
add you.
Y'all good with that?
Yeah.
Yep, we're good now.
Oh, rip 'em.
Absolutely.
See what we
Absolutely,
can
man.
do.
Topps Chrome. That's
Yeah.
basketball, right? Or
Yeah, basketball.
is that
See here.
20? Is it not this year or is it last year?
It's
Wemby's
gotta
in there.
be 23, 24.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the one you want. 'cause you
Shout out
want Wemby.
931 cards in Cookeville, Tennessee. Sports cards. Oh, I
The
see
Wemby's
something in the
the-
back already. So I'm going to surprise myself here. Oh, this camera's not going to do it, is it?
We can
It's
see it.
not going to work.
So yeah.
No possible way. Jalen won, and it's really surprising for what I paid for that. That's a Jalen Williams, folks. See, this is really going to bother me. You guys. Speaking of Grant Hill,
Is that
oh,
Grant Hill?
yes, it is.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Galaxy
timely.
greats Grant Hill.
That's
Very
sweet.
cool.
Uh-oh. Sorry, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. We got Draymond Green.
Okay, Michigan State guy.
And we got a Markkanen.
Okay.
Not the worst ever.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's
Good
it.
stuff. I like it. Gotta love anytime you get to pull a Grant Hill.
Grant
That's
Hill,
that.
maybe
Maybe
that.
I need
Looked like
to-
it had a big head in that card. Is that like a big head card?
I think it's the camera.
Is it? Okay.
I think it is big in relation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe it did look that big on that angle. Yeah, maybe it was just the way I looked
It's
at
got
it.
a shadow behind him, like a shadow around him.
Okay.
Yeah, camera adds 5
Take
pounds.
my word
to the
for it.
Yeah, it does.
It's in 1D.
head. All right. So
All right, very
back
cool.
to the final
Very cool.
picks, right? Is that where we're at?
Yep.
now?
So here's where we're at. That's what we got so far. So now we're. Is it back to you, Andy?
It is. I think I got the final pick here.
What current line you picking next?
I don't know. There's so many to choose from. Honestly, the future is great. Let's see. Who do I want to go with? All right. I'll make you happy with this pick, Keith. I think. So I'm gonna go a little back in time, early 2000, not 2000s, but like I said, 20th century, early 20th century is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna go with Dutch Clark.
Oh yeah, 30s.
Woo.
So,
Oh
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, speaking of, I totally forgot. I had a find of the week that I totally forgot to show, and I told you I was going to open this thing because it ties into you. Let me rip this open real fast. Of course, it ties into Dutch Clark.
Oh,
It's
okay.
ironic. It's ironic.
What is going on here?
I totally. I can't believe I forgot to mention this.
This was Dutch, as some may know. Dutch is basically he was kind of like the do everything kind of player. I mean, this is kind of what they all did back then. Like he was a punter, he was a running back, and all of.
He was like a Bobby Lane and Doak Walker all in one.
Exactly. There you go. and a little Jason Hansen maybe sprinkled on top.
Oh,
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
Jason Hansen. Speaking of hairlines.
Yeah. Or even Eddie Murray too. You could throw in there. But,
Ooh, Eddie Murray. Wow.
Yeah.
Eddie Murray.
Blast from the past.
I don't think Spielman gets enough credit. He should be a pick too. He's a stud. I love the story.
Yeah,
at
that's
the
true.
end
It
of
should have been in there.
Michigan.
It's
And
definitely on my list. Yeah.
Dippin and Bo said, "Get out of my office." That's a good story.
All right, what do we got here, Keith? Is that a gift for me?
Not a gift for it's a gift for me. It's a gift for me.
Oh,
I saw this on eBay around the Super Bowl, and I was thinking about going to the Super Bowl, so I didn't want to make any big purchases, and I didn't buy it. And it's well
Then you
packed. I'll tell you that.
Subsequently bought it.
Well, then I got an offer from the buyer on it, and I didn't take it. I thought I was going to take it. It was not a cheap piece, but then I looked at the seller's name. And I'm like, I think I know this guy, and I had got this guy a badge for the National when I was set up in Chicago like 10 years ago, so maybe 5 years ago. I reached out to him like, hey man, is this you on eBay? And he's like, yeah. So we worked out a deal off of eBay because he saved on fees, so I got it cheaper. But this is the first home game for the Eagles ever. 1933, wow. October 18th, 1933.
Were you talking about this before? I feel like you were talking about this. Like one. Wow, I can't. Maybe cool. Not.
No, I bought one from Harry Humstone that was the first win ever. This is the first home game ever. Second regular season game ever. But you can see who they're playing. You see that there? Portsmouth Spartans. So 1933. The next year they would move to Detroit, become the Detroit Lions. So same franchise.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Yep. So that was their Eagles' first home game ever.
Do you see a lot of Portsmouth stuff out there at all, or no?
Not at all. No. Anything at 30s
Man,
NFL.
that would be a cool retro hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And maybe I don't see Dutch Clark on here. I thought maybe he was on that team, but maybe he was.
I thought I was going to go like Michigan Panthers and throw you off, but you're throwing me off.
Yeah.
Well, Panthers are. I mean, they're the farm system for kickers now. So
Bates. Carter,
I hate that league, man. I hate that league.
Does it still exist?
It does barely. Then nobody shows up to it, right? Yeah. But anyway, I'm trying to put that run together. All the 33 programs, so they're not easy to get. So that's an important one. So,
that is crazy.
Yeah,
that's
figured I'd share that. Thank you.
That's rad, as I always say.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Dave, a little late. You just missed it. You remember?
Oh no.
Yeah.
And we got and yeah, that's true. The Eagles. I collect. Those are 2 seasons I collect. 33 and 43. The Steagles, Philadelphia Eagles, when they joined up from World War II. All right. So sorry to interrupt the draft there with that. That was supposed to be my find of the week, and then I picked the Garrick bat up, and I forgot about my find of the week.
Jeez.
So there we have
Hey,
it.
you have to learn something again, Keith.
Yeah.
That brain, you know.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it. That is amazing. I didn't know that. Like
One track mind, unfortunately.
Well, you're in that. Well, Ohio's the hotbed of early pro football. So I mean, if you 1910s, 1920s, that was like some of those teams were like they sort of made the NFL and the early professional football. So that's like, I know you're in Tennessee, but it sounds like you're in Ohio a lot as well, right?
Yeah, I go up to Michigan and stuff. When we have AAU basketball, so we travel. But and look, I'll be the first one to tell you I joke about hating Ohio and all that, and I do hate Ohio State. I got family there, but the best athletes that ever played at Michigan are from Ohio. That's true. Charles Woodson, Desmond Howard.
Well,
it is what it is.
Also, well, what's his name? Went to Ohio State too.
Spielman.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody's got to have something wrong with them.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect, right? So
No, nobody's perfect.
All right. So you
back to your
your final
all right.
Detroit
I was going to say Miguel Cabrera, and I'm just going to give him that shout because I think another player who's lost in an era. I went to the 2013 World Series, the only game we won against St. Louis. My buddy was a Mizuno rep. Shout out Clint Copenhaver, best linebacker in Michigan football history. But he got us on third baseline. The electricity, Miggy is it. But being a kid who can name every single player, this won't impress you guys. Other people will. From 1984, the Tigers, Tiger Town. I'm going to go with the manager, Sparky Anderson.
Oh, I like it.
When
I like it.
Goose was pitching to Gibson, one of the greatest moments in sports, and Sparky's got that wad in. He said, he don't want to pitch to you. And Gibby hits it out. I mean, is there anything better than Sparky Anderson? That guy he doesn't get the respect of some of the greatest managers of all time. So I'm going with a manager.
I like it. I like that pick.
That's cool. Sure. I know Mike Deathpile Picker was selling. He sold a couple Sparky Anderson rookie cards last night, I think.
Did he?
59 tops on the Phillies. So ties into the Philadelphia again.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let us have something.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was cool. That was a good pick. I would have thought of that.
Speaking of that, I'll show you after, but I have a whole stack of, not stack, but like a whole 84 team, which they were all, the best players in the 84 team were all 78 or 79 rookies. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Lou Whitaker.
I can go backwards and forwards around that whole field. I remember that yesterday. That was the greatest ever. And the Padres were great.
Yeah.
Garvey, Gwen.
Yep. Absolutely.
Goose.
All right, Keith.
I'm gonna go to that same team. Actually, I've been there. You can go a lot of different time periods. I can go back to 1910 with Wahoo, Sam Crawford. You can go to.
Of course.
There's a lot of Lions
Hold
still
on, where's
available.
my calculator?
I'm surprised they didn't take Joe Schmidt in this draft. I'm surprised that fell through. But I'm gonna go with Jack Morris. I think he was the greatest pitcher of the 80s. Mm-hmm. I mean, started every day, opening day for them. I mean, the most wins in the 80s. There was a lot of good offensive players in that team, but none of them were total stars. I don't feel like in the offense.
No.
They were
Gibson was our power hitter.
Yeah.
And he had that little window, even with LA, he did it. But you're right. Offensively, they were defensive in that pitching. Willie Hernandez prior to Guillermo.
Dan Petrie, I think, right?
Dan Petrie, yep.
Yeah, that was Jack Morris is great, and you got to love his mustache too. Honestly,
yeah. I was going to say, have you ever seen him and Randy Johnson together in the same place?
That's true. It's a good question.
Yeah. We had a fun draft in the past of the best facial hair in sports.
Oh,
it was baseball.
Fingers.
It was
Raleigh
an interesting
Fingers.
one.
Got to be.
He was in there. He was in there. Yeah.
Who else was? We had a bunch. There's some people.
Who played for Boston? The more recent when they beat the Yankees.
Johnny Damon?
Yeah, Johnny Damon, the full beard. You didn't get to see that much.
No.
All right, good pick. I like it.
Yeah,
that's interesting. There's a lot of that 84 team was chock full of stars. They're all huge play, not huge, but I mean, like they were all Hall of Fame players.
Yeah,
a lot of them.
But I looking at that team, I was feeling like Trammell was not the best shortstop in baseball,
Nope.
right? Or Lou Whitaker wasn't the best second baseman.
Tom Brookins.
Yeah.
Dave
But they were great
Bergman.
players. They just weren't like the top of the top of the.
Just like it was Chet Lemon, Larry Herndon. I mean, none of those are the greatest players to ever play.
Yeah,
they had if you could take them both, you could take the best middle infield. That was the best middle infield in baseball, I think, for a while.
Lou and Graham are
one specific player. I think you're right. They were not
right behind. That'd be right behind like Chase Utley and Jimmy Rollins.
Well, I was talking more about what during their time.
Oh, during that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying yes. I was saying they're not during that time. They were the best 1-2 combo in the middle.
It's only because he can't tie it to the Phillies somehow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's trying. But
yeah.
Cool. Well, great. That's good.
That was a fun draft. Yeah.
So we usually do have a couple. If you have people on your list that you didn't take or something, you do like honorable mentions and things like that. So feel free to rattle some off.
I can bore you to death. So you stop me. I said Miggy for sure and Lou Whitaker.
Yep, they're both on my list.
I can't even believe I gotta remember these or look down. But I mean, I could go through like Sergei Fedorov. It's that whole, and you can say the whole Russian five because Steve Yzerman didn't win. But I would say Probert. I once watched Probert and Joey Kosher for 3.5 hours, straight tapes of those two fighting, and it wasn't over. We quit watching. I had a buddy that was that nerdy, and he had Joey Kosher and Probert. Detroiters of all times, it just Chuck Daly. I mean, for me as a kid, Jerry Stackhouse doesn't get the respect he deserves. I don't think.
It's good.
All the way down, man. I could just go on and on.
Rashid and Ben Wallace probably don't get the. I mean, Rashid was a little bit off.
That team right there. You talk about it's funny that the Detroit teams seem to win as teams. It's not really a superstar. Even Isaiah. Those teams were more team oriented
for sure.
The same with Chauncey Billups and them. Same with the Tigers. It's just like a kind of that blue collar, us against the world mentality. That Detroit thing. Now the Red Wings had a lot of talent. I mean, they were better than everybody. But those other teams, I don't think were necessarily the best. But they played the best, teamed up. So. Anthony Carter, I'll shout out the Wolverines. Like I said, one day maybe I'll get back on and tell the Tom Brady stories and stuff. But not my favorite. I grew up in the same town, Drew Henson, and like I said, my best friend Clint Copenhaver. So those are my favorite players from Michigan. But if you ever want to talk about that, I'll be glad to.
Yeah, it's nice. It's awesome. Yeah, I like it. And Rasheed Wallace is a big Philly guy too.
Here we go. Now, I like Rasheed now, not just because of Detroit. I think he's underrated as an overall player.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's super skilled.
Yeah, super skilled. Like, not just a hothead, not just a tough guy. He could play.
Yep.
He's like more of a modern day player than I mean, he wasn't. That wasn't the style back then, but
that's
he
point.
He could shoot everywhere. He's kind of like Derek Coleman a little bit. Like I feel like he's also very skilled. But yeah, no, definitely. I had Joe Dumars on my list, which I didn't pick. I had Joe and Isaiah, of course. I did have Bobby Lane. I didn't pick him because he's kind of Bobby Lane's curse, so I couldn't really honestly take him. I did have Joe Schmidt on my list, Keith, so you'll be happy to know that.
Yeah.
But everybody else I think kind of got taken. I don't know. Did you have anybody else, Keith?
The only way Charlie Gehringer. Gehringer was a good.
He's on the wall. Time. Like I said, Mark the Bird Fidrich. I mean, there's some iconic. I got one. Tommy the Hitman Hearns.
That's the other boxer. Yeah, I know. I was going to say that, but I was like, God, it's kind of like second fiddle to Joe Louis. So it's like
you used to second fiddle, though, so it would have been all right.
Yeah,
it would have been all right. So you're used to second fiddle, so you could have done it. Mark mentioned Terry Sawchuk in the chat. That's one of the better goalies of all time. So that'd be good too.
Detroit had Dominic Hasek too for a little bit at the end of his career too.
I got several of his rookies on. I went through some the other day, and I had a bunch of hockey cards. It's kind of funny. Cool. I can't run into the hockey crowd. I did one of my first card shows doing that, and I just suck at it. I'm still an old wax guy. I can't keep up with all the parallels and all that. I'm still like an 84 Mattingly to me, all those rookies.
Definitely.
I had the Dale Murphy rookie with Lance Parrish, I would look at those 70s cards. To me, were like the holy grail.
Definitely. Yeah. Well,
that, Mark.
Stick around.
Yeah,
I'll show you a little stack of them. But yeah. So there you go. I think that's a little cool point.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a fun one. I knew it would be fun. I told you Rad was awesome. So I knew it would be a good time, good fun conversation. So man, we'll have you on again. We can do something else.
That's awesome. I really appreciate it. You know,
time.
This is my first podcast ever, so I appreciate it.
Oh. Yeah, I know J-Rod wants to have you on the Reseller Island podcast too, so we'll definitely head on over there.
Is there any way me and Shane can be on the same and anyone else gets a word in edgewise?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think it'll work out. No,
I love Shane.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Now.
Yeah, good luck with the channel. It sounds like it's your I sub, so I'm looking forward to seeing them. But yeah, congrats on that and keep that going forward. You're mostly picking in Tennessee though, is that where you're?
Yeah, I'm picking Tennessee, and like I said, I source all over, and it's still kind of infancy, but I went full time a couple months ago, and that doesn't mean a whole lot because I can at any time go do a bathroom remodel or something if I have to. But yeah, I've decided. I mean, this is what I'm going to do.
Awesome,
sure.
Nice. I mean, that's my dream to do it full time. I can't do it yet. Maybe when my son's done college, I'm trying to set it up so I can roll right into it, just do the YouTube and the reselling. Yeah. I spend full-time hours anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say most people are like, yeah, I'd love to be a vet when I grow up, and Keith's like, I want to be a picker. I mean, I think once you get into it, it's ultra addictive.
Yeah, it's a treasure hunter, man. It's a treasure hunt every day.
I know what you're saying.
Like my buddy's like, I worked my butt off. The live stuff is killing me because I don't have anyone to help me really in employees. So the shipping's a lot, but my processes suck right now. I can look in the mirror. Like right now, I got 3 storage buildings and a half garage in a place I'm renting in. And I'm like, it's just not ideal. I know I can fix those things, but I'm not bringing in the income from the resale necessarily yet to be to justify it. But again, I've always kind of worked for myself. So if I get starving to death, I can go build a deck or something. So I have
you have to fall back on, and that's decks are not cheap, so you can make a build one deck. And
that was my point. My buddies are like, that seems like a lot of work. I'm like, well, you haven't built a deck in 98 degree heat, playing Barbies and GI Joes and baseball cards. So
it's fun. Well, appreciate it, man. So we're gonna be back on next Wednesday night, 8:00, probably back to a movie draft, right, Andy? We're alternating that unless we can figure out. We're still trying to have the significant others back on to do some sort of draft that they'll do, but my wife really fights me tooth and nail. Is that the phrase?
Yeah,
tooth and nail. She does not want to be back on. She's pretty reluctant.
She's tooth and nail, kicking and screaming. What else? What other ways? She would not want to be on.
So, but she does my like little sales clip videos, but she's like angry when I'm recording or doing them. So. All right, well, there you have it. We'll be back next week. Check out the Rad Picker on YouTube. I have the link in the description below. Check him out. Check him out on District. Check me out on District. I'll be on dibdit.com tomorrow morning at 11:00, giving out deals over there. As you saw on the Reseller Island Podcast, you can make some good money off of vintage sport flips on district.net.
That's right.
So, Thanks, Rad. Appreciate it, man. Fun time, bro.
Appreciate you.
All right, guys. We'll get the sign off here, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Peace.
Out.